Hello everyone and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. In today's tutorial, we will be making a quick and easy teacher appreciation gift using sublimation or infusible ink sheets if you're not in your sublimation journey just yet. At the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's look at the materials and dive right in to Cricut Design Space. The materials I'm using for this tutorial include my Cricut Explore Air 2, Hippo Sublimation Paper, heat-resistant gloves, a green Cricut standard grip mat, these large sublimation paper clips, various colors of infusible ink. I'll use my HTV Raw Auto Heat Press 2 to press the sublimation designs onto the paper clips. And the printer that I'm using is an Epson EcoTank 15,000 that has Hippo sublimation ink inside. All of the designs and images were downloaded from the Creative Fabrica website. The first thing I did was went to the Creative Fabrica website and I did a search for back to school digital paper and I downloaded this bundle. There are multiple bundles you can find on this website. This is one of them. The other one that I downloaded was this one right here that's called Colored Composition Digital Paper. I will have both of them linked below the video. I am in Cricut Design Space, and the first thing I'm going to do is upload the digital paper that I just downloaded from the Creative Fabrica website. So I'll click on Upload. I'll go right here to Pattern Fill, Upload Pattern, Browse, and I'll navigate to where I have the file saved. So it's in my Creative Fabrica Files folder, Digital Paper, Colored Composition Digital Paper, and I'm going to upload the different choices that I want to use. So this first one is just black colored composition paper, and I'll rename it right here, black composition paper, and I'll click upload. And I will go back and I'll upload the next one that I plan to use. And I'll follow this same process for all of the digital paper that I want to upload. So I'm going right back to my Creative Fabrica Files folder, to my digital paper. This one is from the Back to School collection. And I want to get these rulers right here. And I'll just rename it rulers or ruler like that. And I can make a rectangle or I can even create an oval to match. So I can go right here to shapes and go right here to this oval. And I can close this out and I can resize this oval. Now I do want the oval to be bigger than the size I need it to be, because when you're working with a sublimation blank, you want the image to be bigger than the blank. So in this case, I want the width to be 4.5, and that's fine that the height is at 3. And what I'll do is right click and duplicate this. And I will just fill these in with the digital paper. So for the first one, I'll go right here to basic cut and I'll change it from a basic cut to print then cut. And then I'll click on this black box, and right here where it says print type color, I'll change it to pattern, and I will just fill it in with the patterns that I've already downloaded or uploaded in this case. So there's the first one. I'll do the same thing again. I'm clicking on the oval. I'll go right here and change it from a basic cut to print then cut. Click on the black square and then go right here to print type pattern and add the rulers in. And now with the pattern, you see how there's a break in the pattern right here. If I don't want that, I can go right here to edit pattern and I can try to scale it so that it's not like that, or just have more breaks. Well, let's see if we can make it bigger like this. Okay, so we can do it like that. so there are not as many breaks. Let's see what it will look. I don't think I want to rotate it, but let's just see if we rotate it by 90 degrees. I like it better like this. So it's going the long way, and we'll go with that. Okay, that looks better. And then for the last one, we'll do the same thing again. We'll click on the oval, click on basic cut, change it to print then cut, and fill in with the pattern. And this one will have the black composition. And that is that. Now, if I wanted to replicate a pencil pattern using the Infusible ink, one thing I can do is to just go right here to shapes and grab an oval, and I can also grab a square. I can close this out because I don't need it anymore. Now the size of the oval, I am going to change it to, let's change it to 4.2. And let's bring the view, the view is at 75%, is fine at that size. All right, so now I'll use this square where I need to. This will represent my blank. And because I'm actually going to be changing the look of the blank into 3 different parts, I want to have 3 parts of my blank. So I'm going to duplicate this 2 more times. I'm going to right click and go to duplicate, and then right click and go to duplicate again. So this part of my pencil will be the eraser. So I'll just change this to pink. This part of my pencil will be yellow. So I can just change it to yellow. And this part of my pencil will be like the lead. So I'll keep this at black. And what I'll do is use this square. Let me duplicate the square so I don't have to. Let's duplicate it one more time. Okay, so we'll cut off a part of our oval right here. Okay, like this. And we can just select both parts right here and slice that. All right, so this is trash. This, I really don't need this either, but this is also trash. All right, so now let's do the same thing with the pencil portion. Now, what I can do is just make sure this is going to fit like that, but it really won't matter. I can go right here. Let's use the square again. Let's go to the square and let's make it bigger. Let's unlock the proportions so we can only cut off the parts we don't want. Let's see how this will fit right here. And let's do this. We'll leave a little bit of space so it doesn't overlap. And we'll select the rectangle. I'll hold my shift key and select the yellow oval, and I will click slice. Okay, so now that gives me the yellow part of the oval. So I have the pink part and I have the yellow part, and then I can delete this. I don't need this anymore. I can delete this, and I can also delete this. And then all I have left is what would be considered as the end of the oval, and I can just slice off a portion of this. Or what I could also do is just take this pink part of the eraser, right click and duplicate this. And then these 2 pieces will be the same size. So I can delete this, I can delete this, I can delete this. I can move this down over here and go up here to the top and click on flip and flip it horizontally, and then change the color of it to black. So now I have what will be the pencil representation, and I'll use my Infusible ink to achieve this. Okay, so now we're finished and we are ready to go through the sublimation process. So now what I'll do is click on save, and I'll call these sublimation paper clips, and I'll click save, and I can click make. And I can go right here and move all of this to one mat. It doesn't make sense to use 3 separate mats for this. So for the pink layer, I can click move object and I can move it over here to the black layer. So I know that one part of my infusible ink will need to be pink and one will need to be black. And then I can move this over also, click on move object and move it to the black layer. Go ahead and get these printed first, and I'll get the infusible ink loaded on the mat, but I'll do all of that back on the camera. Now that I have the printed image, let's go to an overhead view so that I can show you my process for taping them to the sublimation paper clip. Okay, I have 6 blanks here and I have removed the plastic from both sides. The white side is the side that you put your sublimation image on. The clear side or the acrylic side is what you will see through. Here is one example of what that looks like. Here's one I made with my name, and I added the sublimated image to the back and pressed it. So that's how you do it. When you sublimate, make sure you remove the plastic from both sides and the sublimated image goes on the white side. So let's start with our images first, and then we will move on to the infusible ink. Now I don't need to have my Cricut cut these. It wouldn't make sense to do that. So I can just cut these lines off. And what I'll do is place this down, and I'll just place the the sublimation blank right on top, and I'll get it taped down. So I'll do this one, and this one. Let me get my sublimation, my heat resistant tape. Okay, I have the cut pieces from the infusible ink, the yellow, the black, and the pink. I'll put this together next, but I'm also going to use just a piece of infusible ink. I don't even need my Cricut to cut this. I can just put the sublimation blank on top just like this and cut a piece that is big enough to cover the entire blank, and I can get this taped down. So I'm going to do this one. And I'm also going to do a pattern from this box right here. The recommended temperature on Amazon from where I purchased these is a range that goes all the way up to 385 degrees Fahrenheit. So I am letting my heat press go up to 385 degrees. I'm going to press these for 60 seconds, and I'm using 170 pounds of pressure. Now, on my heat plate, I have a sheet of butcher paper, and what I'm going to do is place the images face down on top of the butcher paper. So I have them taped. These are the ones with the infusible ink. I'm just going to turn it over like this. So I'm going to get the other sheet of images, just flipping them over. And I'm going to put butcher paper on top. Okay, so there it is. I'm going to close this and press for 60 seconds. I'll speed this part up. Now, this is always my favorite part of any tutorial. So let's see how these turned out. I do have on my heat resistant gloves because I know these are going to be very hot. Okay, nothing is on there. Ooh. Oh, these are so cute. Oh my gosh. These are so cute. Look at that. Oh my gosh, these are so cute. So now they're soft right now, but once they start to cool down, they will harden. So that is the first one. So very cute. I'm most excited to see how the pencil one turned out. That's the one I want to see. This is the cutest. Oh my gosh. So cute. Oh my gosh. Okay. And last but not least, in terms of the sublimation ones, what's that? So cute. Okay, and then now let's look at the ones that I did with Infusible Ink. Let's see how they turned out. This is one of my favorite Infusible Ink patterns. Let's see. I may have done something wrong. I think I did something. Oh, I put the ink on the wrong side. The ink should have been on this side. I think I put the ink on the wrong side. I have to try that again. Let's see. Because I was expecting it to be more vibrant. Y'all, did I press it up? Now this one is good. That one is very pretty. That one, I don't know. The ink is normally more vibrant. I don't know if I didn't press it good or if I should have done more time. Maybe I should have done 400 degrees for 60 seconds. I'll try it again. So stick around for that one. Let's see how the pencil one turned out. Y'all, I think I pressed it on the wrong side. I'm assuming that's what I did, but I can't tell because I think I was expecting this to be more vibrant. I think I was expecting it to be more vibrant than this. I'm definitely going to try it again. Give me your opinions. Let me know what you think. Do you think I pressed it on the wrong side? I thought I was quite sure that I pressed it on the right side. I don't know. I don't know. Hopefully, though, you did find this tutorial helpful. If you did, please remember to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye. Now that is how it's supposed to look. That is how it's supposed to look. Look at that. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, let's get a good look at it. So they feel soft and gooey when you first take them from the heat press, but once they cool down, they harden. So this is the second time. This is how it turned out the first time. See the difference? So I needed more heat, and I needed to make sure that the infusible ink was getting enough pressure. So I did 400 degrees for 60 seconds. This was 385 degrees. And I don't think I was giving it enough pressure. I'm not sure what I did wrong, but this is how you should do the infusible ink. Let's look at the other one. So it's the blank on the bottom and the infusible ink on the top. That's the second time. So this is the back. This is the second time. This is from the first time. Let's turn it so we can see same. See the difference? See how vibrant this one is? This one is still pretty, but it's not as vibrant as this one. 400 degrees, 60 seconds, heavy pressure.